Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. Shri Mataji. So let's receive the morning blessings with love. Let's stay comfortable. We put both hands on the lap and check the vibrations around us on both hands. Let's do a breathing, a deep breathing twice. Inhale, we stop breathing and exhale from the mouth. Shri Mataji, very lie, you are the doer. Please, Shri Mataji, let us start this meditation with effortless and keep us in thoughtless awareness. Please, Shri Mataji. Together, like one body, we raise our Kundalini and do the 7 bandhans and do Namaste or Namaskar, Shri Mataji. We put our attention on Muladhara chakra. Mantra Shri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Ganesha, please give us the divine wisdom make us innocent, humble. Put our attention above the fontanel bone and listen together to the Arti, Shri Ganesha Arti.
Sukha karta dukha harta barta vinyachi Nurvi purvi prem krupa jayachi Sarvangi sundaruti shendurachi Kanti jal ke mal mukta falanchi Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Man Kamana Purti Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Man Kamana Purti Radna Kachita Fara Tuza Gauri Kumara Chandana Chiyoti Kumkum Keshera Hire Jadita Mukuta Shobar Tobara Runjuntino Pure Chani Gagaria Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Man Kamana Purti Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Man Kamana Purti Lambodar Pitambar Fanibar Vandana Sarel Sundavakratunda Trinayana Das Ramachavat Pai Sadana Sankashte Pavave Survar Vandana Darshan Madre Man Kamana Purti Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Man Kamana Purti Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Man Kamana Purti
J. Mangalamurthy. Victory to you, the most auspicious one. Please protect us from calamities and sorrows. We bow to you, Shri Ganesha. Jai Shri Mataji. Keep our attention in Sahasrara. I want to read small talk, Shri Mataji. These gods have now been awakened inside of you all. So it's obvious that the Buddha's evils will try to make you away from the state of divinity and trouble you. I say, let them. They can only trouble you to a certain extent until they reach their limits. Their power are restricted to the 3 dimensions of this world, and the most they may harm you physically or emotionally, and you may suffer those pains as well. But there is a solution. I have shown you a fort inside yourselves, the fort of Nirvicharita, thoughtless awareness. Be assured that no one can even touch you if you establish yourself inside that fort. Always keep that in mind, but you must form a habit to make yourself sit inside it. They call Sri Krishna as Ranchodas, the one who runs away from battlegrounds. That is what it is, running away from these negativities into that fort where you are safe from all harm. There are indeed a lot of negativities out there, black magic, people practicing all sorts of dark arts, troubling the good ones. We are all aware of all this, but you should be able to challenge all these negativities to come and try attacking you in that fort of your thoughtless awareness. So you should never forget this fort, the safe haven that had never been granted to humans before, has now been made available to you through great difficulties. Let us see which negativities has the nerve to even get close to you. Such is the power of this fort. You need to establish yourself inside it. Even if your family members oppose you, even in the society, the entire world opposes you, you should be able to establish your foothold inside that fort. And not only that, but we also need to pull others inside it. And then all these negative people, the ones practicing the dark arts, will realize that all their efforts are futile, that they are powerless against this giant fortress of our united forts. All these people are doing nothing but digging their own graves, opening the gates to hell through their own hands. There is no need to be scared, but be alert. So, if you are all prepared, let us create that giant fortress. There is no force strong enough to face the goddess in this Kali Yuga. No one with the nerve to stand up to me and challenge me. Ji Shri Mataji. So together, by the grace of Shri Mataji, let's try to be in thoughtless awareness. Let us create the giant fortress, the forts. Please, Shri Mataji, pure our attention. Please, Shri Mataji, come in our heads, come in our attention. Let our attention be in the spirit. Mantra Shri Nirmalachita. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmalachita Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Mantra Shri Shiva Parvati. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Shiva Parvati Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Keep our attention above Fontanelle, Bone, and Sahasrara, and let's see together talk Shri Mataji.
I see in my own country when they were fighting for freedom, my father himself gave up all his property, gave up his practice with 11 children in the family, and we were living in palaces, started living in huts for days together, for years together. But for the gross freedom, we'll do anything. But for the subtler freedom, the Sahajogis have to do everything that is possible. So the first thing is to realize, to be aware, to be in your conscious mind all the time that you are yogis. You are the ones who are very much higher than the rest of the humanity. That the salvation of the whole of the humanity depends on you. The purpose of creation will be served by you. So first of all, you have to be conscious in your consciousness that you are so important, and that's why you were given realization. How can you be living with your conditionings and with your ego? The conditionings are like this. Supposing you are coming from a Christian religion, then you must bring that little bit of that religion into Sahaja Yoga, or if you are from a Hindu religion, you want to bring some out of that. We have all the essences of these in Sahaja Yoga, the pure essences, but we can't have the gross nonsense. All these things are like dirt over our Sahasrara, which must be shaken off. Oh, now you are aware and conscious of your chakras, you do not keep them clean. Ordinary human beings, if they have clothes, they have houses, they try to keep it clean. But you do not feel ashamed of them also when they are bad. Because you, after some time, you also lose the awareness of them. That means you have become subtler, but in your consciousness, you are not yet subtle. There are so many things you know more than the people who are not realized as absolute reality. For example, we don't even use vibrations. Whenever it is needed, we don't use it. Or sometimes mechanically, just like a machine, we start giving bandhas. So you are still unconscious about your chakras. Slightly conscious when you put your mind to it. Otherwise, in your central nervous system, you are not yet so conscious. This is the reason why you do not know why you have to do a thing at a particular time. Unless and until you rise to this vikalpa state, you cannot go further. For example, I know everything what I do. I can handle any power whenever I want to. I can absorb any negativity I want to. I need not absorb any negativity I don't want to. You may be thousands of miles away from me. I know about every one of you. I may not know your worldly names, but I know you as a part and parcel in my being. I also can behave like a human being, absolutely like you, aging like you, using spectacles. doing all the things that will make me a complete human being. I have accepted this role consciously, not unconsciously. To me, nothing is unconscious. So if you have to be conscious of what you are doing, you have to be alert about it. The first thing that you have achieved is the peace. The peace. But even now I find that peace which should become joy becomes a quarrel. Truth is one. You cannot argue about truth. It's a homogeneous thing. It doesn't quarrel with each other. We are unconscious about our fingers. But when we have to hold something, all of them come together. So the part of the brain which is working this out, the unconscious part of it, is to be made conscious. That is what evolution is. So now, adherence to any concept is against evolution. You must learn to face the reality, to accept the reality and act a real way. Now, you may say, Mother, this is a miracle. Something happens, this is a miracle. Maybe for the human beings, maybe for surgeons also, but not for me, because I know what it is. So to rise above this halfway consciousness, one has to see how you are working it out. The whole system of relating to each other must change completely. That is very important, at least for Western people. Because at least in India, people know that human efforts lead you nowhere. You have to take to your ascent. I mean, the real Indians. Some of them do take advantage of Sajog and then disappear. Some of them do. But mostly, they know that you have to be conscious of what you have got. So we can say that we have got self-knowledge, but we haven't got self-consciousness. Now, for example, you take somebody's name, say, of some great saint, you feel the vibrations are flowing. Also, you know why? Because he is a saint. But why not you, the Sahajogis? If your names are taken, why not the vibrations flow? And in this, you have greater advantages because the Adi Shakti herself is before you. They didn't have anybody to tell them all these things. But the disadvantage of that is this, that you take it for granted. Now in expression, when we say something, when we express, are we natural? No. Are we doing it from our heart? The consciousness that I'm doing it from my heart is what I want you to achieve. Like there are people who work very hard in Sahaja Yoga. Others will just take it for granted. They do not want to help. They want everything to be ready-made. That shows that they are not conscious of their own powers of enjoyment. If they do it from their heart, then they will never feel what effort they have put in. They will only feel what they have been blessed with or what they have achieved. Now the second stage would be where you will be conscious of whatever you are doing, where there will be no mistakes. Whatever you will do may appear to be mistake, will turn out to be all right. Nobody is so far like that, so I would like to tell you. Because some people do feel, whatever I say of praising the thing, I am saying it to them. Now, for example, today I had my watch. I wanted to set my watch, so I pulled this screw up. Say, simple thing. Now, this I did, I would say in a way unconsciously, but quite consciously. Because watch stopped, and I knew the time, what time I have to be there for puja. So consciously, I have put myself against myself. If the watch had not stopped, I would have come earlier. But that was not the time I had to come. So I had to pull the screw to keep it stopped. So whatever mischief you play, you know, and you can play it against yourself also. And then you can make a drama. Oh, I made a mistake and things like that, for nothing at all. But such a stage is far off, I must tell you. Just now, the stage at which we are still making lots of mistakes because we are not self-conscious. In a gross way, we understand this word self-consciousness like this: a person has to go for the interview, then he'll select his suit properly, he'll comb his hair properly, before going he'll clear his throat. Self-conscious. But when it is the question of your ascent, are we alert? Or we are taking it for granted that mother is just now going to give us a nice bath, put us in the cradle and take us there. You have to mature in your ascent. Now you may say, what should we do? Face yourself every day. In reality, see how much time you spend about mundane worries and how much about your ascent. Have you left everything, all your worries, to God Almighty? Have you completely jumped out of your background? Have you come out all the way, leaving everything that was nonsensical? And how do I relate to others? How do I talk to others who are Sahaja Yogis? I am surprised sometimes if the one Sahaja Yogi is attacked by a non-Sahaja Yogi, that a Sahaja Yogi group should support a non-Sahaja Yogi. Or a Sahaja Yogi who has to come up pays more attention to the negative people than to the positive. He relates better to the people who are negative than to the people who are positive. He is more friendly and open with the negative persons than with the positive. You have to cling on to the positive, but it's always the other way round, because also is a very subtle ego in there. All these subtle understandings I have told you many a times. But with your complicated brain, which is like a machine, like a spoiled computer, you can reach some conclusions out of what I have said, which are just contrary. Like, supposing I say you forget the past. That means you forget everything that is good of the past. That is as if you should not understand why you are behaving like this. Forget the past means don't allow the past to overpower you. A brain which is simple, which is straightforward, which has got love in it, can understand what I am saying straightforward. This complicated brain is to be put right. And the best way is to stop thinking. Just stop thinking. That's what you have to do. Now when you stop thinking, you feel that nothing can be done. But by thinking only you don't do anything. Now for example, I have to give you a speech now. But I start thinking about it. What will you hear? Can you hear my thinking? You have to say, enlighten these lights. All right? Then you just start thinking about it. I have to enlighten. Will it get enlightened. This is to be understood that by thinking you do not do anything. Thinking is lazy man's garb and is used to avoid work. Once I asked a lady I had in the house that we are going out, will you be cooking something for us? When we came back, she had not cooked anything. I used to cook every day, but she had not cooked anything. I said, why? Why didn't you cook something for us? She said, I thought you may eat outside. She was a Western lady. So my husband said, all right, we are going to eat outside, you stay at home. I said, doesn't look nice. He said, no, let her know what she thought is meant for herself. So this is the escape which you have learned before, the cleverness. So you do not argue about it. Do not argue about Sahaja. You do not argue with your leaders. You may be his wife, but don't argue. We are having a very bad time from some of the wives of the leaders because they try to influence the husbands. As far as Sahaja is concerned, they have nothing to do with that. Supposing you are working in an office and the husband is some great official and you are a clerk, will you correct the husband? In this case, the women have to nourish the organization, nourish the husband with love from their heart and not from their brain. I think it's so great to have been born as a woman myself because I can enjoy the heart, the emotions of my love, the working and the play of my love. It's so great that no incarnation can enjoy that as I can. So the women should not feel degraded if they have to look after the heart. They are in a higher aspect. You can do without thinking, but you cannot do without the heart. So the ladies should not argue with their husbands if they are leaders. And also one should not argue otherwise also. Because I've seen if the women are very argumentative, the men become deaf. They just don't listen what women are talking. If they are very aggressive, then the men become absolutely shut up. So in relationship with each other, you must behave in a natural way that you are a man and you are a woman. You should become more a woman and more a man. And then you will see the fun. Imagine in this world if there were only men or only women, what would have happened?
Very boring.
So, we have to know that in our awareness, we have to be conscious how far we have achieved the consciousness for our relationship with each other. That is the collective consciousness of Virat, of the brain. That is of Sahasrara. So in principle, Sahasrara is Vishnu Tattva. But the deity is Mataji Nirmala Devi. So you can see how the beautiful integration has taken place. All the powers of Sri Vishnu have to act according to the deity, surrendered at the lotus feet of the deity. So the consciousness of Sri Vishnu is absolutely in the hands of the deity. I do not want to talk about this tremendous deity. It's too much. Because it may fill you up with awe. So whatever is working out, allow it to work out. They say surrender your Sahasrara to this deity. And it's so simple for you because you have the deity, you have your own Sahasrara, and it's only you, the people who are Sahajogis today in modern times, have seen that deity. They say that you have to ask for three things called Salokya, Samipya, Sanidhya from God, meaning to see God. Salokya, Samipya, the closeness with God, and Sanidhya is the companionship of God. But you have got Tadatmya, is oneness with God, not in the concept of any one of the yogis and the saints and the seers who have been before. And this Tadatmya you have when you are outside my body. While they have this Tadatmya, when they are inside my body, they are no more. So you should understand the time limit. You must understand your greatness, and you must understand how you people are chosen for the highest work in this creation. So now there's no time for lethargy. Now you have to rise and awake. Today is the day when I hope you have to jump into Nirvikalpa. But only by effort you will stay there, otherwise you will again slip down. So go through this lecture again and again and do not think about it. Don't think that it is for somebody else, it is for you, for all of you, each of you. And you must know yourself how far you are going every day. Today's special day of Sahasrara. Actually, if you see, it is according to the sun calendar, Sahasrara would have been tomorrow. It's a Monday, which is a Sahasrara. And just imagine that we are having it one day earlier. So one has to know that the calendar of God has nothing to do with the human calendar. According to certain calendars, I should have come 2000 years later. And something I should have come at least 2000 years back in this form. So the calendar is all right, timing is all right, everything is all right. You are not robots. You are not machines. You are evolved through evolutionary process. And through evolutionary process only, you have to achieve the higher. So whatever we may do, or whatever may be all right, it's you who have to show the results. We may take your Sahasrara to a great enlightenment, but again it will collapse. You have to know that whatever heights you are brought to, it is you who have to maintain it with full willpower and action. May God bless you.
Shri Mataji. Keep our attention on Sahasrara and let's absorb all the vibrations of this talk. And let's enjoy together the inner silence. Together, let's recite the three mantras of Sahasrara. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasarasvati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradaini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Jai Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for all the blessings. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for your coming in this earth. Thank you, Shri Mataji, to give us the self-realization. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for everything. Please, Shri Mataji, keep us in this state, in thoughtless awareness, nirvichara, and nirvikalpa. Jai Shri Mataji. Together, we raise our Kundalini and do the 7 bandhans. Of course, we do Namaskar, Namaste. Thank you, my dears, for your support. Jai Shri Mataji, and have a nice day.
All of you, all of you are in my heart. And I love you very much. And I want you people to come as soldiers to fight with me. It's possible with the power of love, with the power